Hello everybody, this is Kinggodwise here, and this is lesson number 43. It's called Demand Victory. And it's a subtle thing, but you have to, it's a different way of looking at it. It's a mindset. You have to really demand victory. A lot of people, mistakenly, there's coaches out there that seem to think victory lies outside yourself, or that you earn victory, and this is true, but this is a different way of looking at it. Because if you have to earn victory and it's outside you, then someone can take it from you, someone can work harder and get it, somebody can stab you in the back, someone can cheat. You have to really look at demanding victory. There's a kind of a saying, always cheat, always win. Do whatever it takes to win. And this is a subtle thing, and I know it can be taken out of context, but you have to really think about this for a while. You need to demand victory. There's one of my favorite sayings, I think it's in Beowulf. It says, victory comes to those who mean to win it and care about nothing else. They take victory as they take breath. And that's a beautiful way to look at it. You cannot assume you're going to get victory. It's not, quit thinking of you and your opponent and each of you is fighting to get this victory. Think of it as, the victory's mine and I'm going to go take it. And he doesn't have it. He doesn't have a chance at it. That mindset will put you in a position to really capitalize on every mistake, to whether his foot's in the wrong place or whether he makes the wrong bid on a job or anything. So think about the victory as your own. One unique thing about Rocky Marciano is he used to go to the training camp, and I heard a quote that he just focused on himself. He didn't even think of who he was fighting. He didn't really strategize that I need to train this way for the quick opponent, and this way for the strong opponent, and this way for the left-handed, and this way for the right-handed, you know, southpaw orthodox. He didn't think of any of those things. He just trained himself to get the victory. And there's probably no greater example of someone who demanded victory when they should never have won than Rocky Marciano. So this is the idea, there's lots of stories of, you know, generals who came, hit the shore, burned all the ships, and said, now we have no choice but to win. The idea of demanding victory, people will treat you as poorly as you allow them to treat you. And you must demand this victory. You must think about it as already won. I heard a story one time there, I don't know if it's true or not, but it doesn't matter. It's a good story. I always say that about stories. I say, well, if it ain't true, it should be. That when Larry Bird was doing a three-point shootout, he was saying to everybody, the check's got my name on it. That he'd already won it, and that other people couldn't even believe he was that arrogant and that assured. But this isn't an arrogance thing. It's not a ego thing. It's not false bravado or false bragging. It is simply that the victory is yours. And one thing that helps this is you've done all the work. I think that's one of the greatest things about working out. And I had teams, I always made sure they had, you know, worked out and had plenty of gas and plenty of conditioning so they'd never be out conditioned. But I think more than 50% of that was psychological. I know when it got down to it, my players, my students said, you know what, I've worked too hard. I deserve this victory. And it was a pure psychological thing. It wasn't that their muscles actually were oxygenated better and they had more mitochondria because I'd worked them out harder. I might have only worked them out for 6 weeks before something. Not that many physiological changes had happened, but mental changes had happened. So that's one of the things that, no, I worked, this is my victory. I've already earned it. No, I demand this victory because it's mine. I take victory like I take my next breath. It's a way of doing things. So start thinking of it that way. Demand victory. And some well-meaning coaches and well-meaning people have kind of had the mindset that, well, you're fighting, we'll see who wins the victory, who it's outside yourself. No, that's your victory, and the guy's coming to try to take it. That's a completely different thing. Anyway, this is lesson number 43. Demand victory. I hope this helps somebody. Thanks a lot.